Okay, there it is. We're up.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very late live stream. It's now 10 to 11 on Thursday, the 25th of January 2021, where we'll be predicting our scores for week 21 of this 2021 Premier League season. Quite an extraordinary round of matches in week 20. I think you'd have to agree, Nathan.
Oh, yeah,
so if we just pop up last week's scores and predictions on the screen, and before we get into week 21. So last week, Nathan, how well did you get on?
Well, you could say well, couldn't you? But I had a disaster of a week, as you can see. I only have 3 points. I don't know, no perfect scores there. Shocking, quite frankly.
Exactly. And before we proceed, is there anybody in the chat? Can you hear us?
I presume. Oh, what is going on there? Hang on, guys. Yeah, it's working. There you go.
Fantastic. There we are. There we are. Yeah, all good. You good? Yeah, we're great. Thank you, Hassan. Welcome to the chat. Footy chats as well. Yeah, we're doing great as well. I hope you're doing well there, footy chats. LFC 96. You never walk alone. We're back. Yes, late as well on this Thursday evening. Busy day tomorrow as well, and it's after that Liverpool Tottenham match. We're just going to squeeze this one
as well.
Yeah, we'll squeeze this one in. But yeah, Nathan, before we get on to this week's predictions, how well did you get on in week 20?
Yours now.
It was. You just had the 3 points. Well, I came away a little bit better. I came away with 9 points with 2 perfect scores, which was the Leeds 2-1 victory against Newcastle and the 1-1 draw between Everton and Leicester.
Lovely stuff.
Representing the viewers last week was Eddie's video star. I think he's only played once or twice this season, but Eddie came away with 6 points and 1 perfect score, which was the Everton versus Leicester draw. So, loud and clear, gents. Thank you, footy chat. So I think I'm top of the league table in our league. Possibly. As you're talking about the league there, let's have a quick look. That's the league. I haven't actually updated it for week 20 as of yet. I'll do that for next week. But what we can do is have a look at the scores. Hope you can all see that. But top scorer last week was Beckham Dominic, and Beckham came away with 10 points overall. He had 2 perfect scores, I believe, which was Brighton 0, Fulham 0, and also Everton 1, Leicester 1. There's some okay scores there. Alex Cochran came away with 7 points. Is that there? I think Koza from Australia. I'm not sure if Koza is in the chat this evening, but Koza had 9 points. 8 points. There we got footy chats. There we are. You had 8 points. Let's have a look. Hassan had come away with 3 points. If I've got the scores wrong, just let me know and I'll update the scores. Let's have a look. 9 points for LFC 96. You'll never walk alone. So well done there, LFC 96. And just moving down slightly. Any other high scores? Yeah. Plastic Fan EPL with 8 points, and just below him, Rahul Nishani with 8 points as well. And we got the likes of Screen Boy 8, who's a regular with 3 points. SG Minor 21 with 7 points. Shane O'Donnell with 7 points. Simon Ford with 7 points. And the dugout.
Our friend in the dugout. He's actually streaming right now, by the way, guys.
On 5 points as well. I got 2 picks for score this week. Liverpool, Leicester 1-1 and Liverpool 3-1. Hassan, yes. Unfortunately, 3 points last week, Hassan, but hopefully you'll do a lot better next week in week 21. But Nathan, let's move on to week 21 with the first match, which takes place at 12:30 on BT Sport on Saturday lunchtime, and that's between Everton and Newcastle. How do you see this one going now?
It does indeed. Let me just sort this out quickly, guys. I think that's perfect there. But yeah, Everton. Before I do that, let me get that up on the other screen. So yeah, Everton currently in fine form. Only lost once in 6, as you can see, with a draw last time around, of course, to the Foxes, Leicester City, of course, Hassan's team. I'm sure you're quite happy about that, to be fair, mate. And then getting some respectful results around there, even West Ham losing to West Ham, but look how good they have been recently, to be fair to them. And then Newcastle, they have been just complete dribble recently, quite frankly. Lost 2-1 to Leeds last time around.
They've now lost 5 on the bounce.
They've lost all 5 games on the bounce and drew before then to Liverpool, which is quite a shock result. But they're falling down the table in absolute free fall. If it wasn't for West Brom, Fulham and Sheffield United, we'll get onto how good they were in the last game in a minute. But if it wasn't for them 3, then Newcastle could have comfortably been in the bottom 3 in most other seasons. But this one shouldn't be difficult considering how bad Newcastle are playing, especially under Steve Bruce. Lots of people calling for it is ahead at the moment, so I'm going to go for 2-0 to Everton.
2-0 to Everton. Interesting, Nathan. Before I move on to my prediction, Hull Show H, how can I join this contest? Do I just put my picks in the comments? Yeah, what's going to happen, because we're live this evening, Hull Show, this video should get rendered, or this live stream, I should say, should get rendered, so it should be out tomorrow at some point. So if you just add your 10 predictions in the comments, I'll tally them up then once all the games are finished, and you'll be entered into our league. So yeah, just enter your predictions in the comment section. I'm not sure if you can actually do that at the moment to look the video.
It's got a process as well. And sorry if we're buffering as well, guys. Our internet's a bit patchy.
It was yesterday.
It was terrible yesterday, and now we're struggling tonight.
Anyway, back to the football. As I say, Newcastle, that was their first goal against Leeds in 4 matches, because they blanked against Sheffield United, Arsenal and Aston Villa before that Leeds match. Everton, okay, doing pretty well. They are in 7th position last time out. Drew at home against Leicester City. Prior to that, they got a good away win against Wolves, and prior to that, they actually lost at home against high-flying West Ham. However, at home, Newcastle terrible. Magpies all over the place. Okay, they just narrowly lost at home against Leeds, but I think Everton have got this one in the bag. I think it's going to be a narrow victory, because I think Steve Bruce is going to build a base at the back for the Magpies. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Everton. Next up, we have Crystal...
Actually, what are they saying in the chat? By the way, I'm monitoring the bandwidth for the stream. If it is lagging, I do apologise, guys. It might help from time to time refreshing the browser if it's really bad, but yeah, our internet's been suffering the last few days, so we apologise if you can't hear us.
Okay, to the chat anyway, Shane O'Donnell thinks it's going to be 2-0 to Everton. Hassan's gone for 2-0 too. Perfect, thanks for the response, no problem. The Dalek, West Ham United FC. Hello, guys. How are you doing on this late Thursday evening in the UK? And the Dalek has gone for Everton 3, Newcastle 1. And Halt Show has gone for Everton 2, Newcastle 1. But as I was saying, next up we've got Crystal Palace against Wolves, taking place at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You can watch this one live on Sky if you are in the UK and you've got access to Sky Sports. Crystal Palace suffering defeat last time out, wasn't it, Nathan? If you can get the scores up on the screen. Where do we go? We got 20. Crystal Palace, of course, was on the wrong end of that home defeat by West Ham, 3-2. And Wolves actually gaining a little bit of confidence with an away draw against Chelsea.
Thomas Tuchel's first game in charge, may I add.
It was
impressive as well.
With a clean sheet. However, Chelsea currently in 8th position, of course. But interesting, Wolves haven't won in their last 6 matches. Chelsea just getting 1 victory in their last 6 matches as well. But Crystal Palace, their last win was against Sheffield United, but Sheffield United rock bottom of the table, although they did have that good victory against Manchester United last game week. So Crystal Palace, Wolves, how am I going to say? Very tough to call this one. This one probably got draw written over it. Could be a Crystal Palace win, could be a Wolves win. I think I'm going to shock you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's have a look at Wolves. How well they've done defensively in their last 6 matches. Okay, they drew 0-0 last time out. Before that, they conceded 3 goals against West Brom.
Considering that attack as well, that is poor.
Yeah, that last match was their first clean sheet in 5 matches. So I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 victory to Crystal Palace for Roy's team in this one.
Interesting. Palace, they've been all right recently, haven't they? Let me just go back onto here. After that very poor Christmas form, yeah, they've got even worse since then.
Yeah.
Losing to West Ham, but look at the form they have been on recently. I think that was quite close as well, but very difficult fixtures for them, so you can't really predict them at the moment as it stands. Then Wolves grinding out a good 0-0 draw against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. But I'd say that was a good result for them. I'd say they're starting to turn things around, but I can't even remember the last time they won, really. I mean, 9 losses, 5 draws, 6 wins. That is poor for a Wolves side. I think that's the worst they've had in a Premier League season so far. Well, since they've got promoted in 2018. But, yeah, I don't know. It depends which team turns up on the day, doesn't it? But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Anyway, chat, what are they saying?
In the chat, what are we saying? So the Dalek has gone for Wolves 2, Palace 1. Shane has gone for Palace 1, Wolves 1. Holtshow has gone for a 1-1 draw 2. The Dalek, are you guys brothers?
You don't want to know this guy's age.
No, we're not brothers. Guess again, the Dalek. Come on. Right, Crystal Palace 0, Wolves 2. Hassan has gone for a 2-0 victory to Wolves.
Bold, but I like it.
Yes, well done. So,
anyway, moving on.
Who
about Sheffield United, we have Man City versus Sheffield United. Now, Man City completely destroying West Brom as everyone thought. I thought it would be a casual 4-0, but it was actually a 5-0. They pushed the boat a little bit, and then Sheffield United beating Man United 2-1. And honestly, anyone who concedes a goal to, what's his name, Oliver Burke, come on. It must have been Man United. Your title race is over. I'm sorry, but yeah, Man City, Sheffield United. I mean, it's got a win for Man City written all over it. They're in great form, top of the league. Can't even remember the last time they've lost. Only lost 2 all season. At least losses all season as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for a solid 3-0 Man City.
Well, Manchester City, 7 wins on the bounce, 21 points out of 21, Nathan. Coming up against Sheffield United team. Sheffield United, okay, they are rock bottom of the table, but they did get that good victory over Sheffield United. And 2 games prior to that, they did get a home win against Newcastle as well. So Sheffield United looking a lot better than they have, but they are playing a formidable force in the Citizens. Okay, Kevin De Bruyne has been ruled out. I think till the end of February. But how do you pronounce it? Gundogan. Phenomenal at the moment. Looks absolutely spectacular in the middle of the park. Really taking up the mantle as well. Mahrez as well coming into a little bit of form. So I fully expect Manchester City to win this one. It just depends on how many. Really,
I can't see Sheffield United turning up, to be fair.
I can't see. I don't think it's going to be another 5-0 victory to Man City in this one. So it all depends. I think we're going to end up on as a 2-0 scoreline to Manchester City. I don't think they'll destroy them. So I'm going to go 1 less than you, Nathan. I'm going for 2-0. Let's have a look what the guys are saying in the chat. So Zaha, this is from Health Show, saying that Zaha is the whole Palace offence. You could argue that Eze is there as well.
Eze's unbelievable.
Yeah, they got Mihajlovic as well. Mihajlovic pulling the strings in centre midfield. If he doesn't score, the team doesn't score. Wolves seem proud for the defensive efforts against Chelsea. Yeah, very well done.
Especially when they've been struggling all season as well.
Yeah, Shane has gone for a 3-0 victory for Man City. The Dalek's gone for 2-1 to Man City. Interesting 2-1, narrow scoreline there. Hassan's gone for 3-0 to Man City as well. Holtshow's gone for a 2-0 win to Manchester City. Sheffield United will get a goal. Interesting. Elevator Kid has gone for 2-1 to Manchester City. Elevator Kid's also saying that Sheffield United will score but lose 2-1. Don't write off Sheffield United because Sheffield United beat we know they beat Manchester United, but you know, Man United do up and down a little bit. We know that they were leading the table and everything, and we know that the Blades have got a little bit of steel about them now. But come on, they're playing Manchester City, who look absolutely
mad recently.
Anyway,
actually, if we look at Man City's recent results quick as well, they haven't actually. They've conceded
November. They've conceded 1 goal in 7 matches.
That is very good.
Actually, sorry, 2 goals in 7 matches.
Yeah, before then, I mean, the last time they drew was all the way back in December as well to West Brom, which was a bit of a shock. But they just really turned it round, and yes, they lost to Tottenham. To be fair, I could see that coming because Tottenham were playing well at that point, and then Man City, they just didn't turn up against Leicester, but Leicester all had a phenomenal start to the season as well, so they are starting to turn it around, and they had the massive game in hand, so they were all the way down in the league table. So I kind of rate the form of Man City are on at the moment.
No, definitely. Anyway, moving on, Nathan, we've got West Brom against Fulham.
Probably match of the week, I'd say.
Really? Well,
yeah,
they've stuck this on. They've actually stuck this on the BBC, so it's not going to be one.
It won't be beautiful football.
No, because Fulham at the moment are a bit dour in front of goals.
Yeah.
Drawing lots of games, also losing. Can't really get a win on the score sheet. Only winning 2 games this season, and in fact, West Brom have only won 2 matches this season as well. Mm-hmm. This is a game that West Brom have to win.
Definitely,
also, it's a must win for Fulham as well. But if West Brom can beat Fulham in this one, then they will actually go above them in the table. If we look at West Brom's last 6 matches, okay, they got smashed by Man City at home last time out. Prior to that, they lost against West Ham. Prior to that, they did get that good away victory against Wolves. Prior to that, it was a 4-0 defeat against Arsenal, and prior to that, they lost a 5-0 at home against
Unbelievable.
If we look at Fulham's form, okay, they've been looking okay. They're not conceding many goals. They got a 0-0 draw away against Brighton. Prior to that, they lost at home against Manchester United. Prior to that, they lost at home against Chelsea. Away form, though, they haven't lost away from home in at least their last 3 matches as well, drawing 2 of them 1-1. You look at that Tottenham match, which was obviously a London derby, but they're going to West Brom away. They're going to cause them issues. Could this be another draw? Could West Brom pull it out of the bag? I don't know. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. I think it's going to be
interesting.
Yeah, the Baggies are at home. They've got to get something out of this match, West Brom. So 1-1.
Yeah, surely. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen. West Brom, they just don't seem to be doing anything. Big Sam is struggling there. I mean, after that 3-2 victory over Wolves, but the thing is, Wolves were in a rough patch of form themselves. They don't change their tactics, and it was just the better tactical manager at the end of the day in that one. And then West Ham, well, they've been playing well recently. Man City, and then I'm sorry, but losing 4-0 to Arsenal and 5-0 to Leeds. I mean, I can't see West Brom picking up anything. I really can't. Fulham, complete contradictory to the last time they were in the Premier League. They're just struggling to score goals now, quite frankly. But I think something will happen in this one. I need to get Bobby Reid on my team, especially for this week. I think he might at least score 1. It'll be a narrow scoreline, probably taken at the end, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 Fulham.
Yeah, and a couple of guys in the chat have actually gone for Fulham victories as well. We've got Elevator Kid and Shane O'Donnell both going for away victories to Fulham. Hassan's gone for a 1-1 draw, same as myself, between West Brom and Fulham. The Dalek has gone for a 2-0 victory to Fulham. Fulham to win, want them to survive. Interesting. And that is it from the chat. So next up, at 5:30 on Sky, just before tea on a Saturday evening. And can't go out, of course, anywhere in the UK on a Saturday night. At the moment, we've got Arsenal against Manchester United, one of the historic, biggest games of the season, you could say. In the past, Arsenal are on a fantastic run of form, winning 5 of their last 6 fixtures. Currently in 9th position. And Manchester United, of course, they're in 2nd position, suffering their first defeat in quite a while, at least for 6 matches. Could we see Arsenal win this one? Arsenal,
they're on a flying string of form.
Surprisingly, they beat Southampton in the league 3-1, I think it was, when they lost to them in the FA Cup last weekend, although they did change their team around a bit. Of course, Arsenal have just signed Odegaard.
Yeah, that's a quality signing.
Yes.
I didn't think he should be going to Arsenal. But
will he be good? Will he be in there with Partey in the middle of midfield?
I think so. I think that'll work well, actually.
Yeah. So, and do you think, because the form of Fernandes fantasy football-wise, he hasn't been firing on all cylinders, but he does pull the strings. He looked very good in the FA Cup when he came on, I think it was, but didn't really do anything with that Sheffield United match. So a difficult one to call, this one, for the Gunners. They are at home. They're full of confidence. Lacazette is scoring goals now, so
he's getting back onto the score sheet. I mean, he had a poor start to the season as well, to be fair to him. So
the thing is, Manchester United, if they give Arsenal the ball, then I can see Man United causing Arsenal all sorts of problems on the break. But Arsenal have got lots of pace going forward themselves, particularly with the likes of who's the winger on the right? You've got Pepe and Saka and Aubameyang, so plenty of pace going forward. So difficult one to predict. However, I'm going to stick my neck out on this one, and I'm going to go for a narrow Gunners win. I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal over the Red Devils in this one.
Interesting. Well, I actually disagree with you, ironically. I mean, Arsenal can defend, but this could be tight. This could be really tight, but I'm going to go off recent form, even though Arsenal have been better than Man United recently. But if you look at Arsenal's recent fixtures, they have had some pretty easy ones, to be fair to them, minus the likes of Southampton and you could say Chelsea.
Yeah, well, Chelsea been in dire form, though, haven't they? So
they have had the winnable fixtures, and they're getting the signings in, to be fair to them. And Arteta is, at least they gave him time so we can start to work things around and stuff. But I don't know, I can just see Man United winning this. I think Fernandes is going to be on top game for this one, and I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 to Man United.
It could go either way.
Yes.
What's everyone saying in the chat anyway, Nathan?
Right then, so we have got, where do we start here? Arsenal, the Dalek going for Arsenal 1, Man United 1. Elevated Kid saying Arsenal 3-2 Man United. Dean, welcome in. Arsenal 1, Man United 1. Shane's going for Arsenal 2-1 Man United. Interesting. Man United will smash Arsenal. Halacho saying they have come back from the Sheffield United defeat. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 3. I'm also Man City there.
Can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer motivate this team? There's lots of question marks about him.
Can the Norwegian PE teacher motivate the team? But yeah, Hanson's gone for Arsenal 2-1 Man United. Do I play FIFA? I played it until about December this year, start of December, but I mean, it's just the same old every week. You got to play your 30 matches in Rivals, play your 30 matches in Foot Champs, just to get the same rubbish rewards every week, and then you move on to just doing the same. It's just gone stale. I think it's gone stale earlier than FIFA 20 this year.
Well, I've actually started playing with it. I didn't really play FIFA 20 last year, but I have been enjoying 21. But I haven't played it for about a week or so now.
It's just dying, isn't it?
Yeah, back into the chat. Willow C, Arsenal 1, Man United 1. Both teams will be happy with a point. Yeah, I can see a draw in there as well. What's going on here?
I think our computer fans are just, your computer's turn the jets on by the sounds of it. What you need to do is just minimise that and then re-up it.
Brilliant.
Or double click and then reset the feed. For some reason, our thing's just gone off. I don't know why, guys.
Anyway, while you're doing that, Nathan the Dalek, what's up? I play FIFA Mobile. I've got a Cardiff City defender in my squad. NG. Excellent.
What a player.
But he doesn't start. He's on the bench then. So while Nathan is fixing the stream, we have got 8 o'clock on Saturday evening. We've got Southampton at home against Aston Villa. Now, Southampton and Aston Villa both suffering defeats in game week 20. Of course, Southampton losing at home against Arsenal, and Aston Villa, who currently find themselves in 10th position, losing 3 of their last 4 matches. They actually lost 3-2 against Burnley, and of course they took the lead in that match against Burnley, but Burnley ultimately won in the end. So
Streamlabs, I think, has just decided to break on us.
It's just glitched out.
It's completely glitched out as usual.
Maybe we'll just have
that's annoying, guys. We're just gonna have to have our faces up
on the screen, but. Anyway, get back to this match. Southampton versus Aston Villa. Southampton are going to want to bounce back for this one. They've only actually won 1 match in their last 6 matches. Aston Villa are going to want to bounce back as well. It's 10th against 11th. They've only actually between them had 3 draws in the last 6 matches between them. So, do you know what? I'm going to go for Desmond's in this one. I haven't gone in Desmond's for quite a while, so I'm going to go for Southampton 2, Aston Villa 2.
Interesting, Moz. Also, sorry about anyone who's lagging as well, guys. There is some issues with that. Maybe I was just moving it down. There we go. Right. Anyway, Southampton Villa. So last time Southampton, they did lose 3-1 to Arsenal, of course. And then Aston Villa. Let's have a look at them. Patchy form at the recently. Losing 3-2 to Burnley.
Yeah.
Soldash masterclass in that one. Tactical genius,
They were
of course.
2-1 up as well, of course.
They were indeed, and then just ended up bottling it. But so the two teams, both in good form as well. In mid-table, 11th versus 10th, going to be a tasty one here. I can't separate the two sides. I've got to go with Hassan on this one. 2-2.
Yeah, so we're all going in for Desmond's
Yeah.
in this one. What else are we saying in the chat? Elephant Kid has gone for Southampton 2, Aston Villa 2. Hulcho H has gone for Southampton 1, Villa 2. The Dalek's gone for Southampton 2, Villa 1. Dean Stock. Hello there, Dean. Welcome to the chat. Southampton 2, Villa 1. Shane's gone for Southampton 2, Aston Villa 2. I think this is going to be a cracking game. Hassan, of course, 2-2. Ethan 999. Nathan, play me in FIFA. Okay.
What console?
And Ethan, you play FIFA Mobile. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, then. What game have we got coming up next?
So, we got the midday on BT. I believe it's on Sunday.
It is indeed, yes.
Yes, between Chelsea and Burnley, last day of the of January. This horrible month. But anyway, Chelsea. Where do we start? Thomas Tuchel. Good start for him, I'd say.
He said on the radio today.
PT indeed, yeah. Former PSG and Borussia Dortmund boss as well. I think that was a great point for Chelsea, especially to steady the ship as well. Getting a good draw against Wolves, I'd say that's kind of respectable considering the form that they have been on recently. I mean, they're currently in 8th, patches, anything, of course. And they're coming up against a Burnley side. You just can't predict them. I mean, they won their last 2 games on the bounce now. 1 to Liverpool and 1 to Aston Villa. Very good wins there, guys, may I add. Is this going to be a Tuchel masterclass? Depends what team he picks. If he picks strong in defence and then they start to perform up front, then I reckon they could steal it. And I think they just will. I'm going to play it safe here, 2-1.
To Chelsea, yeah?
2-1 to Chelsea.
Difficult. Very, very difficult, this one. Just looking at Burnley's last 2 matches, beating Aston Villa, beating Liverpool away. Prior to that, they did lose against West Ham and Man United. Prior to that, they beat Sheffield United, and prior to that, they lost, surprisingly, you could say, against Leeds. So, difficult one to predict this. Chelsea, just the 1 win in their last 6 matches. They did get that 0-0 draw against Wolves. Will they be in training for a couple of days before this? Will they have the tactical nous? Will Timo Werner actually start again and be set on the bench? Tammy Abraham scored, of course, 3 goals in the FA Cup. I think it was Olivier Giroud who started in the 0-0 draw against Wolves as well. Coming in 2-2. What's his name? Thomas Tuchel or Tuchel? Tuchel, that's how you pronounce it. Can they get anything? You know, if I'm going to predict a Chelsea victory, I know that Burnley are going to pull something out of the bag in this one. But if it could be a draw, it's a very, very difficult one to predict. But I'm going to go for a narrow. See, I can see Burnley, the way they play it, they're going to cause that midfield of Chelsea's all sorts of problems. You will have the quality out wide for the likes.
Depends which players they play there. If he plays Ziyech or Hudson-Odoi or someone like that, if he plays Burnley, it's all over. But
I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to the Blues, Chelsea.
Yeah, and as Elevator Kid said, it could all depend on if Giroud starts as well. But anyway, comments, go ahead.
Well, Dean Stock's gone for Chelsea, a 1-0 win. Most passes with only 19 passes going forward for Chelsea. That's interesting. Elevated Kids also saying Lampard should not have been sacked, and he's going for a 3-1 victory to Burnley. Hassan's going for 2-0 victory. Sorry, that was 3-0 1 victory to Chelsea. Hassan's gone for 2-0 to Chelsea. Lampard should have had time until the end of the season. Correct. You guys are great, Nathan, for BBC Sports Analysis. Excellent. Elevator kid. I think Giroud is going to have a master.
Never know, he might play Werner up there on his own.
Possibly.
In the position he should be playing.
Or even Tammy Abraham, because his goals per time or minutes he plays is actually excellent this season. Hot Show has gone for a 0-0 draw between Chelsea and Burnley as well. And Ethan 999 has gone for a 1-0 victory to Chelsea.
Interesting. Actually, saying that, we might as well get on to it now since we're at Chelsea. What is your thoughts on the Lampard sacking?
He should have been given to the end of the season. However, that's the kind of the model that Chelsea imply there at Stamford Bridge. So if they're not doing well, or if they go on a run of bad defeats, then what happens is, Abramovich looks at it, and if they're not getting in that top four, because they need to get in that Champions League positions, then it's going to be bye-bye to any manager, whatever your name is, Mourinho, Lampard, you name it.
Di Matteo,
Conte,
Sarri.
Di Matteo, of course, winning Champions League, and he was out the door next season. So
exactly. Actually, he was out the door a few days later, I believe.
Which was at the end of the season. So anyway, Leicester, Leeds, Nathan, what are your thoughts?
Just go in the chat quick. Yes, we did see a comment. The Dalek, he has actually gone for 1-1 Burnley. Interesting. Anything can happen when Burnley beat Liverpool, so I'm going for 2-1 Burnley. Wow. That is bold. I mean, anything can happen. That'll be funny for Thomas Tuchel to see. I can see it.
Probably has never come up against a team like Burnley.
Oh, no. I mean, you wouldn't see it in Germany or France. So definitely not in France. But yeah, Elevator Kid as well. We will get on to who will be the next man out at the end of the video, as well as on App of the Week as well. But anyway, moving on to, I'm sure Hassan will be very happy about this one. Leicester versus Leeds. Now, Leicester, very good in third. I can't even remember last time you guys lost, actually. 3 draws, 3 wins as well. Drawing to Everton, that's a respectable result because they're in 7th and have been playing well recently. Good wins against Chelsea, Southampton, Newcastle. Great. Those are great results. They're grinding out the results, grinding out the draws as well in the games that they can't win. So they're doing very well, to be fair to them. And then Leeds, defence is still like a colander at the moment. However, they're grinding out victories. I mean, they beat Newcastle last time around, but they've been absolutely awful recently. Losing to Brighton was just poor, so inconsistent as anything, quite frankly. Leicester should win this, quite frankly, even with or without Vardy. I'm not sure how long he's out for still now, but yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1. 2-1 for Leicester.
Well, my thoughts exactly. I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 victory to Leicester as well. Like you say, Vardy is missing, but they did get that. It was a good draw away against Everton. Leeds, so you never know what sort of Leeds size they're going to be. They seem to smash people, and they also concede. Their defence is all over the shop at times. They're coming up against an in-form Harvey Barnes, an in-form James Maddison as well. Defensively, they're looking sound. They're getting a lot of their players back. We know that they had a lot of injuries as well in the autumn and winter time before Christmas. So I fully expect the Foxes to win this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory as well. The Cardiff City fan, welcome in to you. You've gone for West Brom 1, Fulham 1. Dalek has gone for a 2-1 victory to Leicester as well. Elevator Kid has gone for an Everton 3, Newcastle 0, and Elevator Kid has gone for a 3-0 to Leicester as well. Dean Stock, Leicester 2, Leeds 0. I like the look of Leicester for top 4. Tielemans, Barnes and Maddison linking it well. They are indeed. Cardiff City fans gone for Leicester 3, Leeds 0. Hassan's gone for a 4-0 victory. You are very confident on that, Hassan. Maybe. I hope hopefully they will smash Leeds. Shane's gone for a 3-1 victory to Leicester. Hassan, we do need a striker to replace Vardy. Yeah, who do you think you can get in to replace or even complement him? Possibly Ings, could I say? But
it depends on what Southampton want to give him up for. That's the problem.
Leicester have not dropped 1 point from winning positions this season. That's very interesting. Ethan 999 has gone for 2-0 victory to Leicester. Southampton 2, Villa 3 for Cardiff City fan. Hassan Ali, do you guys think Leicester can win the league?
Still a possibility. It just depends on if you grind out victories and everything. But with Man City's form at the moment, you've got to make sure that they stumble. Well, Man United is certain they're going to stumble as well, but it's all on Man City whether they're going to beat them.
Yeah, I can see Leicester finishing Champions League spots, possibly even runners-up. possibly with Vardy having his hip operation as well, I think it is. If he can get back in as well and help towards the end of the season when you get into the business end, March, April, May, then possibly second or third. But I just don't think you win the league. I think Manchester City will ultimately win, and 7 wins on the bounce for them is absolutely superb. So, but you'll come close. Cardiff City fan has gone for Everton 1, Newcastle 1 as well. So the penultimate game of the weekend, Nathan, is between West Ham and Liverpool.
Yes, so West Ham, Liverpool. West Ham last time around, they drew. They actually beat Palace 3-2, which I thought was a very good result for them. They've been in very good form, in 5th actually. I was not expecting that at the start of the season. Trust me, guys. 4 on the house. West Ham ignore that. They beat West Brom, then they beat Burnley, then they beat Everton. Very good results, and in fact, they're beating the teams that they need to below them as well, which is very good. And they're coming up against the Liverpool side, who just won 3-1 against Tottenham. I thought that was a very good match. Got some good goals in there as well. Quite enjoyed the game. Quite flat in the first half. Firmino getting a good goal. Actually, in the first few minutes, Son ruled out VAR offside, I believe it was. And then later on, it could have very well been 4-1 because Salah did get one of his goals, I think, ruled out. And then you had a good Firmino goal to kick it off. I believe Højbjerg scored as well. And then, some very good goals there. But this one's going to be interesting. West Ham, they do like to score a goal, and they've actually scored a goal in their last 4 matches now, including 2 or more in their last 2, which is very good. They do like a goal. It's just whether the defence can hold up, really, which it has recently. But it's Liverpool, that's the thing. Even though Matip's now out, which is more injury issues for them.
Yeah, for the defence, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. I think something bizarre is going to happen this weekend, and I'm going to go for a solid 2-0 Liverpool.
Even though Matip's out,
Gomez
is out,
Van
Dijk out. So who's going to play there? Possibly, I don't know, someone like Henderson.
Milner, someone like that.
Possibly. West Ham in fine form, as you said, Nathan. 3-2 against Crystal Palace. They beat West Brom, Burnley, Everton. All these sides, okay, they're not top quality sides, and they are coming up against Liverpool. Thiago pulling in the strings this evening against Spurs. Mane, Firmino, Salah not getting amongst the goals at the moment, but West Ham
still contributing as a team and getting things in the net. What they need.
Earlier this season, I think Liverpool narrowly won this victory against West Ham, when West Ham could have got something at that game at Anfield. So tricky one. This one could end up in a draw. You could even see the Hammers win this one. Yeah. But Liverpool beating Tottenham at Tottenham, meaning I'm going to go for a Reds win in this one. And I'm going to go for a same scoreline as it was early in the season. I am going to go for West Ham 1, Liverpool 2. And
interesting. And the chat as well.
Just you want to go through the chat then, Nathan?
No, you can if you want.
Okay, the Cardiff City fan, West Ham 1, Liverpool 5. Wow, Liverpool won like 7-0 versus Palace. They did, but they've been on a bit of a downward spiral since then. The Dalek has gone for West Ham 2, Liverpool 1. Could happen.
Optimistic, I like it.
Hassan Ali's gone for a 2-0 away victory to Liverpool. Josh Walsh. Hello, Josh. Welcome into the chat and the video and the live stream. West Ham 1, Liverpool 1. The Dalek, Jota out as well. Yes, he is. Liverpool 3-2, as Ethan999 said. Elevator Kid. Jota, I think, will be back for Man City. Interesting. Apache, welcome in. Apache has gone for West Ham 0, Liverpool 1. Copyright for Shazy. Interesting. What does that mean?
Go with it. Just go with it. Anyway, moving on. Last game. Go on.
Yeah, the last game of this weekend takes place on Sunday. Of course, it's not Super Bowl weekend. It's a week later. Yeah. So this is on Sky, 7:15 on Sunday evening. We've got Brighton against Spurs. Of course, Spurs losing against Liverpool earlier this evening. 3-1. They could have taken that lead with Son, but it was ruled out. And of course, Brighton, just the 1 victory in their last 6 matches. Playing well. You can play
football. But yes, they are the football hipsters' choice, but they don't get results. at all.
Correct.
And they don't score goals either.
Tottenham won this one narrowly 2-1 early in the season. Jose's going to be not happy with that result against Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
Brighton, they could get a draw out of this one quite easily. Spurs, though, surely they've got to bounce back into this one. If they win this one, they're still not even going to be in the
stumbling form.
They won't get into the Champions League spots. They would move up possibly if West Ham lose up into the Europa
the guaranteed Europa League spot because they're in the conditional one at the moment.
Yeah, I can't see many goals in this one, and probably that means it's going to be a goal fest now. But I'm going to go for a narrow away victory to the Whites. I think Brighton will put up a bit of a fight in this one, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory to Spurs, and hopefully it'll be a Harry Kane goal.
Interesting. I don't think I really have to say much about this one. Spurs should be dominating this. Brighton, they're not really offering anything at the moment. I mean, they have grinded out a few good results against teams around them, such as Leeds and Fulham as well, even though they only got a draw against Fulham, which I thought was very poor considering the amount of results they had.
Man City only beat them 1-0.
They did, yeah. So they did lock up defensively. It's just going forward and playing the football hipster style of football and just playing that nice style of play, but it's not working for them. It doesn't work for a team like Brighton, I think. But yeah, 3-0 Spurs. 3-0 Spurs. Anyway, chat time.
Okay, so we've got the Dalek has gone for a 3-1 victory to Spurs as well, like yourself. Moving up the thread there, Elevator Kid has gone for a 1-0 victory to Spurs. She's gone for a 2-1 victory to Spurs. Cardiff City fans gone 1-0 victory to Spurs. Hassan's gone for a 2-1 victory to Spurs. Ethan's 999 0-0, and Dalek has gone for a 3-1 victory to Spurs. The Brighton Cardiff City fan Chelsea is a good young keeper for Brighton. He is indeed, and of course Ryan going to Arsenal, keeping him out of that Brighton side, of course, on loan. Apache Forzi is a West Ham fan who keeps predicting 0-1 losses, and we keep on winning. I think you were doing that before. There's a West Ham fan who watches the videos have been saying that about your predictions as well, Nathan. Brighton won this fixture 3-0 last season, correct, but earlier this season Tottenham won. Connolly scored 2 in that match. Mick McCardiff.
Indeed, and also answer the question from early on. What is your thoughts on Greg Cunningham going on loan to Preston?
Is that the Cardiff City fan?
Yes.
And Dom Jones, welcome in to the chat, Dom. Hope you're doing well, and I hope Spurs win. Lol. I hope so too.
Right.
My name is Ryan.
Answer the question on Greg Cunningham from Ryan.
Where's that to? No real thoughts on that. Really, we've got Bagger now in the side. Okay. Who was it? Bennett injured, so he didn't feature in that 2-2.
But he is back training now.
Draw. He's back in training. Might take it, but I'd probably play a Bagan again against Millwall because he did look good. Yeah, I think Cunningham going there. I think Cardiff are going to be probably playing most of his wages. We've been going to Preston, so a bit of bad business by Cardiff. I think he'd only played in like 11 matches in his Cardiff City career.
Yeah, it's like £4 million.
Crazy.
I support it. He needs game time. I don't know whether we're going to renew his contract or not. Probably not. He's only got 6 months left on it. Good club going to Preston, really going back to where he came from. But I think it's a good decision. You can't get into the team ahead of Bennett or Baggin, both of them playing well. We really only need 2 players in each position at the moment as well. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'll probably say more on Saturday. And I'll probably say some stuff tomorrow in the match preview that'll be going up.
And of course, Cardiff City fans says Flint's getting more game time. Probably not. After that calamity the other night, he had a bit of a... it'll probably be Morrison back in the team as well. But anyway, let's get back to the predictions. That's what we're here for.
Yes, we have finished them. Anyway,
finished our predictions for the weekend, but now it is time for Nap of the Week.
Right,
and by here, we should have a little jingle, but there's no jingle.
Right.
It's all gone to pot. So my Nap of the Week is going to be, Manchester City to beat Sheffield United, but if I'm going to look for something different, I'll probably go for Everton to beat Newcastle. And yourself, Nathan?
Yeah, I always go something a bit different as well. I'm not going to go for Everton Newcastle like you, but I am actually going to go for Leicester versus Leeds in this one.
Interesting. Yeah, what are you guys thinking? What is your most... which result do you think is the most likely, which is the Nap of the week. Haha, rubbish game for me. It was there. Cardiff City.
Exactly. Also, another thing we always do, because another manager has been sacked, who will be the next to go?
Well, the position at Newcastle, Mr. Bruce, is looking very, very precarious. However, Mr. Ashley is a very, very stubborn character, isn't he?
Yes.
He doesn't listen to his fans, although doesn't listen to his fans much. However, he did bring quite a few players in. He is spending money. You can't say he doesn't spend money. But apart from him, Sheffield United turn around. They'll be crazy to get rid of their manager at the moment. Salah, Fulham. Do you think they'll pull the trigger? Probably not, because they play.
I mean, they're in 18th. They're not bottom like they were a few years back when it was under Johanovic and also Claudio Ranieri as well. So then the thing is, they weren't expected to do well either. So and they have been grinding out draws and stuff. So they are in a safe place under Scott Parker. And I think he needs time. The guy, he really needs time.
The only one that could possibly is if Brighton slip into those bottom three. Has Potter got the nous to get them out of a relegation fight? Particularly with Brighton being in the Premier League now for 4 or 5 years. So I can't see Potter going really. And looking at all the teams above him, like apart from Newcastle, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Leeds, Southampton, Villa, Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton, Tottenham, West Ham, Liverpool, Leicester, Man City, and Man United. I can't see any of those managers getting sacked now. Ollie, we thought maybe at the beginning of the season you get to get the sack, but they're in second, doing brilliantly, you'd have to say. So it's going to be Bruce. It's going to be the favourite. Possibly Potter. Maybe Parker a stretch.
I don't think it'll be. I'm going to rule out Parker for my one, but this is what I think on it anyway. In theory, it should be Potter. Mainly because he just does not suit Brighton. With the players they've got, it's not even his squad still. It's still, what's his name? It's still Chris Hughton's squad from a few years back. He has brought in his players in, but it's mainly still his squad. And that squad is not suited to play in his style of football at all. Yeah, that's still not working. Squad's not suited to play in his style of football. They're trying to play this free-flowing, pretty style of play. It worked at Swansea because of the type of players they have, and they've done it for the last few years as well. But a team like Brighton, who are known at Houghton ball, who like their defensive football, it's just not right. It's just not right for them. But Newcastle, the further they go down the table, the more likely it is going to be that Steve Bruce will get the sack. They look terrible at the moment. I'm going for Bruce.
Interesting, yeah. I think everybody pretty much agrees on that. But back to the chat, we've got a few naps of the week. We've got Elevator Kid has gone for Everton to win. Shane's gone for Leicester. Cardiff City fan has gone for Man City. Aston, Brighton versus Tottenham is my nap of the week. Is that Tottenham, I'm guessing, that Aston. Elevator Kid has gone for Steve Bruce. Ryan Sheridan has gone for Palace 1. Wolves nil. Cardiff City, Newcastle need a new Alan Shearer. They do. Who's Wilson.
Alan Wilson's gets the goal, but it's not on that level. But they need to reinforce in the middle and further back as well, especially. Yeah, their attack is deadly. I mean, you're talking mid-table Premier League style attack, including Almiron, who great youngster he is, but it's that defence in midfield. It's just been held in the past. I mean, Sean and Matty Longstaff.
Great last season, not the best this season. Ethan 99 saw, but what is happening? Nap of the week is what you think with which result is most likely. So normally it'd be something like Manchester City to beat Sheffield United or something like that. Yeah. Shane O'Donnell's got for Steve Root, and Hassan asks BBL, what are your thoughts on Mick McCarthy being the new Cardiff City manager? I know his first game was a draw, but are you happy with him being?
You have finally shown your opinions a week after the sacking.
I would have kept Neil Harris for a little bit longer, although probably in hindsight now, we did need to change it. However, that first half against Barnsley, thank you Nathan, was absolutely dire, but the pitch was terrible. With that style of football wasn't that great. Second half, okay, they did pull out 2 goals back and gain a draw in that match with Kiefer Moore scoring.
I'm sure Ojo as well.
Ojo as well. Wilson was dropped for the match, probably.
It was because he was poor in training, apparently.
And he hasn't been the greatest either. Mick McCarthy probably wouldn't have been my first choice, although the way he's been talking in press conferences and everything like that, and looking at him training, he is an impressive character, and I think he will put a smile on everybody's face. So it remains to be seen. So the jury's out at the moment, but is it Terry Connor?
Terry
Connor
yes.
as well is a very good coach. Both they've worked with each other for years, and they've got the likes of Sunderland up to the Premier League and Wolves up to the Premier League as well. He did an okay job at Ipswich on a very low budget, didn't have many money to spend, kept them mid-table, and when he did leave the club, they plummeted and they got ultimately relegated.
They got relegated in the first season they left, and now they're struggling in mid-table in League One.
They are. So Republic of Ireland, they did okay, but I know a lot of Republic of Ireland fans saying his style wasn't that great. He did go to Cyprus, but he had his issues there with COVID and everything. So hope I'm not the demonetized virus. So it was a tough ask for him, because he didn't have the players available, and they got rid of him. So looking around, okay, people are saying, was it the former Wigan manager?
Paul Cook, he turned it down.
He turned it down because the contract wasn't long enough. Mick McCarthy comes in, okay, he knows it's a short-term contract, and that's fine to the end of the season. If he does well, then he might even earn himself a new contract, but we'll see what happens with that. But I'm mediocre. Yeah, hopefully he'll do well and pull him out of the bag. He is one of the more successful managers at championship level. You got the likes of Warnock and who's the Norwich
Daniel Farke
as well. You know, all decent championship managers. Looking at the rest of the championship managers, who's the Brentford boss as well?
It's that greasy man. The greasy guy, remember?
Yeah,
Thomas Frank,
decent manager, but he's probably the best of an okayish bunch. That's what I'm thinking. A lot of people are saying Eddie Howe, he's not going to come to Cardiff. If he did, they'd have to change the whole philosophy. That the club would have to strip out and build again. And Cardiff haven't got the financial clout.
Don't have the financial money. And not only that as well. Tan, Chu, Dullman, their main objective for the club is to get us back into the Premier League as soon as possible.
It is, but we might have to change everything.
Yeah,
with that. But I think it's, don't get relegated this season is probably on their minds. But I can't see us getting relegated anyway. Eddie Howe is going to be a manager soon. He's available. He is. He'll probably go back to the Premier League.
The thing is, I don't think he'll do well because he won't have Jason Tyndall with him, who's his assistant, who is actually now the Bournemouth boss, ironically.
Yeah, Ryan's saying it's a joke. Palace need a new defence. Where's Ferguson? Probably, they are slipping down the table. Palace currently in 14th position, only one win in their last 6 fixtures as well. Roy could be on his way out the door. You never know. I can see him being there to the rest of the season unless they slip down to relegation. Waters has an Achilles injury. Yeah, I heard that as well. That's why he didn't feature the other night. Harry Kane is injured. Is that after the match this evening?
I think so. Yeah, he went off injured.
If that's the case, my fantasy football is team's going to have to change for this weekend. Ryan saying Ferguson got an injury, but we need to get right back.
I mean, after you lost Wan-Bissaka, he just hasn't been strong there.
Yeah, Shane's saying, who do you think will get promoted to the Premier League? I am saying Norwich, Swansea and Brentford.
2 out of 3 possible. Right. And that's Norwich and Brentford. Swansea won't go up.
Norwich is a definite. I think Watford will go up as well automatically. And via the playoffs, I don't know. It's anyone. You're looking at Swansea. Swansea have been very good. Even the other night, they were losing 1-0 to Brentford, had a player sent off, and they actually came away with a 1-1 draw.
They were a draw, but I don't think they played well.
Defensively, they have been fantastic. So you can actually see them going to the playoff final, grinding out a draw, going to penalties, and then anything can happen for the Swans. They could even get promoted. Brentford, love to see them go up as well. They've been, in and around the playoffs for years now. Reading, I think they'll drop off. Bournemouth have been in different form over the last six or 7 weeks, so not sure. Middlesbrough up and down with their form as well. Bristol City, nah. And Stoke, they were my tip, but they haven't won in their last six fixtures.
They've been on this. Well, they've been on this. I think they're the 23rd in the form table, with Cardiff, of course, rock bottom of the form table, along with Huddersfield just above them as well. But yeah, for my promotion so far, not going off my predictions from earlier in the season, I'm probably going to go for Norwich to win their second league title. Then Watford will probably finish runners-up, providing on fitness. Then I reckon it's going to be a Brentford-Bournemouth playoff final, with Brentford going to the Premier League for the first time in their history. Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo's memes. Hi guys, Cristiano Ronaldo's memes. I think I've actually been on your channel and checked it out. So I haven't subscribed yet, so maybe I will subscribe if you upload some more good content. Cardiff City fan Nikita would be good on loan from Arsenal. No, I don't think he's going to come in somehow. We've got about 3 or 4 strikers anyway. So
I think he'll be a good signing. But look at the amount of players we've got up front.
Cristiano Ronaldo, get some sleep. I'm going to have to go to sleep because I am up about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning for work. So, yeah, we can't, it's coming up to midnight now. So, we're going to have to end this stream shortly. Cardiff City fan, Roy is 72, he is, but he's still loving his football. Hi, I love you guys. Shari Abalat, love you too. Ryan Sheridan, I say Cardiff could get Hennessy on loan.
No.
We've got Smithies, who's one of the finer championship goalies, and who's the backup keeper?
Phillips.
Yeah, and he's good enough as well. What kind of relationship, son and dad?
Spot on.
We don't need him. Of course. Bluebird Legend is a legend, and MWN. Say that again. The Cardiff City fan, Bluebird Legend is a legend, and MWN. The Cardiff City fan, you are the man, the myth, the legend yourself. I'm thinking of getting some. This is cringe though. Maybe I'll make up some T-shirts for the man, the myth, the legend. I've been thinking, but they are already online, so maybe man, myth, legend.
I'm gonna have to get design shop then.
We will. We'll get some T-shirts knocked up, put some designs out, and see what
you guys ideas for merch. Drop us DMs on Twitter, guys.
Who would like to see some merch of Bluebird Legend or NWN?
I might football merch if we get to 5k.
What I was thinking in the past for merch was like a crystal ball and like a guy looking in the crystal ball at his football predictions, but I don't know how we could graphitize that.
Yeah, we might need to hire a designer or something.
Well, you are a designer yourself, Nathan.
I am. I don't think I'll be that proficient. I could get some designs out, but not that good.
Hammer Mulder has gone for West Ham 3, Liverpool 1. I'd love to see that result, but I've actually gone for a 2-1 victory to Liverpool myself. I've just said, lads, thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo memes. I will have to sub to you as well. See you guys. Have a good night. Yeah, Hassan, get to sleep. Have a great evening, and we'll see you probably on Saturday morning for my Soccer 6 predictions. I like Cardiff more than Swansea. Good man.
Good. The biggest club in Wales, of course.
Appreciate the efforts. Keep striding with the content. Don Jones, love heart. Thank you very much. Now, Nathan, before we go, would you like to tell us what's going to be happening on your channel over the next week or so?
Right then, so the plan for the next week, cheers guys, it is water because it is only Thursday. The beers will be out tomorrow, won't they? Of course. Right, let's go for this week. But from the 1st of February, I've actually got a schedule on my Discord server, and I'll pop it as a community post as well, just showing the plan for the channel for the next month. So let's look at it. Tomorrow night, we're quite busy. First up, we've got a video going out, the match preview for Saturday for the Millwall game. And then later on, we have got the World of Football podcast quiz on the Dugout Football channel. Make sure you're there for that, guys. That'll be a link in my... go onto my channel, and then it's in my featured channels. Make sure you go subscribe to him. Then on Saturday, Cardiff City versus Millwall watch along as usual. Make sure as many of you guys are there for that one, and hopefully Mick McCarthy can get his first win. And then after that, World of Football podcast on Monday as usual.
Thanks, Ryan.
Appreciate it, Ryan. That'll be on as usual on Monday, 7 o'clock usual time on Dugout Football channel, World of Football podcast. And then there's no matches next week, I believe. Cardiff are next playing I believe if the calendar comes up, yeah, we're next playing on the 6th of February. I can't remember who it was against. Someone tell me if that's all right, guys. But yeah, after that, video on the 5th, and then live stream on the 6th. Make sure you're there, guys. Search my channel, link in the description below.
Fantastic. I think we're gonna have to call it a night because this live stream will have to be rendered. It's gonna have to get up. So, guys, before we go, remember once this video is up or this live stream is up as a video, make sure you leave your predictions in the comment section. I'm going to be picking somebody at random from those predictions to represent you guys, the viewers, for week 21 of this, the 2020-2021 Premier League season. But for now, it's 10 to midnight on Thursday night. I need to get some shut eye. Nathan, you need to go to bed as well.
FIFA also. Well, not actually NBA because I don't. Well, FIFA is just.
Nathan, Ethan is saying, can you make the Cardiff previews longer?
I mean, they are 5 minutes, and I have nothing else to say, so there we go.
Maybe you could put your predictive lineups on my predictive lineups or something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because I don't know any Millwall fans.
Okay, my dad's birthday is 6th February, I think it's Huddersfield. Yeah, and wish your dad a very happy birthday. Do you have Twitter?
Yes.
Yes, you are NWM.
At NWMYT.
And I'm Bluebird Legend, but I say a lot of rubbish on
If you want to look at rubbish, have a look at his Twitter, guys.
Have a look at Nathan's NWM. But yeah, we're going to go now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video and live streams.
Exactly. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Have a good one, everyone. And yeah, UFC 4, I need to buy that game. See you next time, guys. Actually, that's my outro, isn't it?